Hello, my name is Sean. With me today is Dogzilla, and this is a special edition of Pedals for Paws. We found ourselves outside of Rosalia, just 20 miles from the Idaho border. There was still a lot of pedaling to do, but the end was in sight. Though the trail was still pretty bumpy, it was much better than we'd seen before. Besides, the interesting landscapes of the Palouse were a welcome distraction. Another good distraction? Lunch.
That's a big piece of bacon. Yeah.
But things were about to get a little more interesting.
What's going on, Zilla? Are we getting hailed on again? Are we getting hailed on again?
The funny thing was, a few moments earlier I'd mentioned the time that Zill had peed on Captain's memorial stones, and then, right on cue, the confetti hail started, and it was as if Captain was trying to get back at Zilla. It was quite amusing.
Are we getting hailed on, buddy?
This was only the second time that we'd experienced confetti hail, with the other being when we'd crossed under the Columbia Plateau Trail. It was becoming apparent that Captain was choosing to come back to me in the form of confetti hail, and I really liked the thought of that.
We getting hailed on, Zilla? Yeah. This sucks. Oh, Zilla, we're getting hailed on. Yeah. You want to go hide in the cart? You want to go back in the cart where it's safe? Let's go.
About a week earlier, my friend Jacob had stayed at my house for a few days before heading off on his own cycling adventure from Canada to Mexico. Incredibly, nearly 500 miles from my house, we ran into each other again along the trail.
Hello, traveler.
Hey there.
What news do you bring from the west?
Watch out for that dip right there.
Yeah, looks steep to me. So,
Hey.
good ride so far?
Yeah, it's been nice.
Jacob and I had texted each other a few times the previous day, so I knew he was going to be in the area, and assuming that we might bump into each other, I brought him a little treat: tacos and Gatorade. Based on the look on his face, I think Jacob was quite happy with his delicious surprise. Then after a few more minutes catching up, we said our goodbyes and parted ways.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hello, Zilla. Are you having fun? Are you ready to get wet? Yeah, we're about to get nailed by a storm, huh? Yeah.
You can see it's really dark and stormy behind us. Clouds are moving much faster than we are. Over this direction, we're super close to Idaho. It's just on the other side of that mountain. And the trail heads into another storm, though not quite as bad looking. So no matter what we do, it looks like we're about to get nailed. So we'll just make the most of it and have fun. Nothing else we can do. Found a little protected spot to wait out the storm as it rolls in. So we'll see what happens. There's been some thunder and lightning, not a lot, but a couple lightning bolts and some low thunder in the distance. Still might miss us, but a cold wind is hitting right now, so I think it's definitely headed this way.
Once the storm had passed, we made our way to the last bridge in Washington, the Tico Trestle. Until a few weeks earlier, the Tico Trestle had been closed for a number of decades. It now provides a vital link along the Palouse to Cascades and Great American Rail Trails. Nearly 1,000 feet in length, the trestle crosses 115 feet above Hangman Creek. Less than 5 miles from the border, Zilla found a nice puddle to splash in.
You splashing in the mud?
We had no way to know, but this was only the beginning. As the conditions deteriorated, I put Zilla back into his trailer so that he could enjoy the mud from relative safety. The trail had saved some of its hardest miles till the very end. If we were going to make it to Idaho, we were going to have to earn it. puddles were so deep that they reached my knees, and the mud was so thick that I nearly lost my shoes.
We getting muddy out here, Zilla? We getting super muddy? Yeah.
I've wiped a lot of it off to try and keep it so that we can keep moving, because it's getting in the brakes and in the fork. You can see it smeared all over poor Captain's face. Sorry, sweet pig. And all over, like I said, on the fork and in the brakes. It's all good type 2 fun. That's what it's all about, right? And we're probably 4 miles from Idaho at this point, and all is well. Having a good time despite all the mud. Got Washington over here. And then those trees you see in the distance and the mountains, that's all over in Idaho. We're probably less than a mile from the border to the east, but we have to go about 3 miles to the north still. So we're getting close, but we're not quite there yet. But still having fun. Good day. So we are about 2 miles from the Idaho border, and we just saw a moose. It was really cool. Heard him crash through the woods, turned to the side, and there actually she was. It didn't have a rack, so it was probably a female. Looked younger. Couldn't get any pictures because she was gone almost as soon as we saw her. But it was kind of a moving experience because at the end of her life, Captain, she started moving like a moose. She was, really slow and just awkward. And that was one of the reasons why I made that video of her for Northern Pig Exposure, where I replaced the moose from the video with her. And so to be this close to the end of the trail and to have a moose show up, first one of the whole trip, that was pretty significant to me. So just wanted to share.
Overcome with a variety of emotions about being so close to the end of this part of our journey, I decided to sit down with Zilla for a few moments and reflect on everything that we've been through together.
Had a long adventure, huh? You've always been a part of my best adventures, Zilla. Just want to thank you, huh? Yeah, for being such a good buddy. Number 1 buddy in the buddy system, Zilla. That's you. You're the number 1 buddy. Hi.
Hello. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Yeah.
I'm gonna miss these days, Zilla. My tiny toes. Tiny taco toes. You're a good boy. Hi, where are you going? You should probably get a move on.
For the final miles of our journey, I put Captain in a position of honor at the front of my bike. It was wonderful seeing her face staring back at me again. And then...
End of the Washington DNR Milwaukee Road corridor. That road is Idaho Road. Everything beyond it is Idaho.
And just like that, we crossed into Idaho. But the adventure didn't stop there. We were just getting started.